Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan, also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is September 7th, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs, chapter 7. Again, this is September, and we started the month by deciding that we were going to look at the discipline that Solomon said that he wrote these to provide. And again, I have said it over and over the last 7 days. This is a learning lesson for me, and hopefully you gain something from it. But I'm sharing as I'm learning. Things I know that have always known, but yet never really allowed to be implemented into my life. And so we look at chapter 7 today, and we're going to look at verses 1 through 5 and focus on verse 2. Verses 1 through 5 say, "My son, obey my words, treasure my commands, keep my commands and live, protect my teaching as the pupil of your eye, tie them to your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart, say to wisdom, you are my sister, call to understanding your relative. She will keep you from a forbidden woman, a stranger with flattering talk." As I'm looking at it this morning and thinking about it, verse 2 stood out to me. Keep my commands and live. Protect my teaching as the pupil of your eye. And I've talked about this before. If you've ever had anything go into your eye, you know how painful an eye injury is. But the depth of this verse today, as I looked at it closer, struck me. Looking at it from the idea of discipline or loving correction or loving teaching. My son, obey my words and treasure my commands, Solomon says. And then he says, my commands, keep my commands and live. Protect my teaching as the pupil of your eyes. He says to his sons, boys, I've been talking to you and I want you to know some truth. I want you to apply it to your life. Hold on to what I'm saying. But more important than that, quicken the law as you focus to see. In other words, put the law in front of you, look at it, and use that as your lens to see what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to act. Use it to judge what I'm telling you as well. You know, so many times going back and looking at the original language to see what it says throws us off because we've been reading it a different way for so long. And the way we've been reading it isn't wrong. Protect the teachings as you would protect the pupil of your eye. But if we read it this way, make the law the focus so that you can see that the teaching is right, then you can see the rest of this part that we just read making more sense. Tie it to your finger, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister. Call to understanding, you are your relative. She will keep you from a forbidden woman, a stranger with flattering talk. And now, as we see this as a truth, we can see what he's saying is, look at what has been written in the law. It tells us that we need to know it. We need to talk about it. We need to say it. We need to tie it as if we tie it around our finger. Johnny Vincent, I do this every day, and so you're welcome to come back and learn more. But if you need to leave, we understand. We all make choices in life. The law said we need to know it. We need to write it on our hearts. We need to have it in our fingers. We need to have it on our foreheads, over the door frames of our houses. I mean, it literally says exactly what Solomon said, didn't it? It will keep you protected if you cherish it. Something to think about today. Yep, all of Scripture. Useful. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.